I would like to show you guys how to. I'm just gonna make something like this, but not with the environment. Okay, something like this, but very simple. And I'm just gonna do everything for this, and then let's add a plane right away. And also I'm gonna import something from Sketchfab, which is a base mesh. You can get these from, you can just type in your browser sketchfab.com and then just type that, and then yeah, just type base mesh like this, and then there's a lot of them. Yeah, there's a lot of them here. There are some that you need to pay, you need to buy, and there are some that you can download it for free. And I have it here, yeah, male base mesh, and then I'm using this one. So I already have it, so you can just download it and then import it. And how to import it is you can go to file, and then you click import, and then obj, because that file is obj. And then I could go find it, male base mesh, this one, and then just click for like 1,000 times, and then you'll get that. And once you're here, you will see the guy is pretty big, right? And I'm just gonna make it like small, like not too. That guy is way too big. And make the plane bigger, and Control A, just apply scale. I'm gonna turn on my screencast keys so you guys could understand me better. And let's add the camera right away, because this is just gonna be like pretty quick though, like not gonna be take so much time, I guess. And I'm just gonna make the focal length to 70 because I like the number 7, so yeah. And let's just make this one to 2000. So it's a portrait, or maybe like make it 1 to 150. Yeah. Okay, cool. So to 150, and then so the camera probably just like this would be just fine. I want to have a bit like more to the ground. I'm gonna make these things much more bigger. So from now on, for the base mesh material, I'm just gonna put like very metallic, just very simple, straightforward material. You could add any material you want, okay? Maybe just a bit roughness, and turn on a bit of these. Make it like, yeah, make it like that. It would just be nice. And then for the ground textures, you could actually use, like this one. Like this one, something like something looking like a forest path, you know. That would be just fine. And I already have mine here, so I could just go here, split my screen, and make this Shady Editor, and then plus new here, and then I could just control, while you select this one, Principal BSDF, Control Shift T, and then find that folder, the material that you have done. I already have it here. You could see ground. So, and I just click color, hold Control, and I'm gonna pick normal. I'm gonna pick roughness, and I guess I'm gonna click displacement. And displacement, it will start everything right away. And instead, I'm gonna connect that to displacement. I'm gonna connect it with the bump. So color to the height, and then you see now the thing is so big, like the tiles. So I feel like I'm just gonna make it like much more smaller. That was like way too big, and I'm gonna unwrap again, and then let's scale it again until it looks like very logically how big the leaf should be. Just make it like a bit smaller. I'm pretty bad at understanding size of this thing, so yeah, I'm very sorry for that. And let's add the ambient occlusion. So let's just make these to be, and you could see that if you add it like way too extreme, kind of like adding weirdness to it. But I guess if you try to render, okay, let's see. Oh, I couldn't see anything if I render it. Let's add some environment texture, or probably we don't need anything here. Let's just add environment textures, and you could add any type of HDRI you have in your computer. Okay, I already have mine here. I'm just gonna use HDRI Studio, but remember, it doesn't matter. And at this Shady Editor, I'm gonna go from object to world, and I'm gonna add mid shader into here in between that, and then add light path. And from light path, the camera ray straight to the FAC. It's just basically gonna make the background black. If you want to have a different kind of background, you can actually copy this thing and then X and then new, and then pick a color. For example, you want to have a bluish color, and connect that into the bottom shader, and then you will start to see something like that. But I don't need that. I want it to have a black, so that would be just fine for me. I feel like I need to turn this down a bit. Yeah, I'm just gonna turn it off for now. Sorry for that if that's quite annoying. And then I'm gonna make the ground like some displacement. So what you could do for that is, for a better view, I went to solid view and then right click and then as subdivide a couple times until I feel like, all right, I guess this one is enough. And I'm gonna add a subdivisions, and then I'm gonna add a displace, and then plus new, and then turn the coordinate from local to eevee, and you press this one. This will brings you straight into the texture tab. And then let's just pick this rose image to be linked. That means is you already have it here in the Shady Editor of these ground textures displacement. So you could just take it, use that here, and then this is what you will get, right? And the power, the strength of it is pretty strong. So I'm just gonna drop it low, which is 0.3 probably. Yeah, like doesn't have to be that strong. It's okay. So after this, let's try to have a look, like, because we were playing with the ambient occlusion, right? If I just make it 1, just see how will it look like. Okay, so it looked like that. I guess not bad. And I'm just gonna make it like this one, 1.3. And turn off bare normals, and add bloom, and add screen space, add these more a bit, just adding a bit of them, and then color management to medium high contrast. And you know, if you set the from object to world again, and then you can just, I'm gonna delete that, and at this orange box, just control T to it with the not wrangler add-on, and then you don't need that anymore. You can make that as an object. But at the world properties here, you can go to shader and then click this arrow again, and then play with the rotations, and you could see that the rotations of the HDRI is rotating. And you could just play with it, like find a good side of it, but I feel like this one is already good enough. And from this, I'm just gonna add a cube, and this cube I'm gonna scale it up, and then I'm gonna turn it from at the object properties here, and viewport display from texture to wire, because we don't need. I'm gonna add a volume to this thing, so plus new at the material tab, and then surface disconnected, and then for the volume, just add volume, principal volume will be just fine, I guess. And let's have a look. I would like to put the density like pretty low for this one, and then I'm gonna add a emission strength. I don't know yet if I'm going to change that, but just keep it that way for now. And then after this, I would like to, because you could see the transitions from the ground and then go up, like meeting meeting his foot. I kind of not liking it, so I'm just gonna duplicate this cube. Okay, duplicate this cube, Shift D, and then I would like to make it smaller, I mean shorter, like that. So if you go to left view or front view, you would see I'm just gonna put like in between, like almost past his knees. And from here, I forgot you could actually try to make the ground texture with shade smooth, because you could see before it was shade flat, right, and it looks horrible. Shade smooth, and then let's go back into the camera and let's go to rendered mode, and then I'm going to turn this back on. And for the second cube here, and I have this Shady Editor going on. I'm gonna click the number here, because why? If I like change anything here, it will change the other one, means the first one. So if I just click here, it's gonna have its own data. So I just gonna make it like pretty dark, like, yeah, like that. There's actually a way where you could make like going much more smoother this thing, but okay, let's just try it. If I could show it pretty quick. I'm not going to explain anything about it because I'm just going to let's just see, have a look with it. Color ramp, Control T to it, and object it's enough. And then turn this into -90, and then should be looking good here. Guess it's for the emission strength. And the emission strength, yeah, like that. And I'm just gonna make this emission like not that very, so kind of like darker. So if I just add something here, you would see is going smoothly fading, right? And let's see how it will look like in rendered. And because you could see that I'm gonna hide this cube first, you might want to do this, and then let's see, and then I'm gonna go to the right one and then click the color here, and let's see if we could. Ooh, okay. What about we can use math and set it to multiply. Yeah, same thing. I guess I'm gonna play with the density here, but the density will just cost everything, isn't it? What about we set that as density, and then yeah, I guess we could just go like this. I could make it like, maybe that's way too high, and I just go upper. Let's have a look. It's pretty good at this point, and then let's turn that back on. You kind of like have this right now, and I don't want to have a green that thing. So at these textures for the color, for the base color, I'm gonna add some hue saturations. I'm gonna turn down the value of the saturations and turn down the value here to make it darker. So you kind of like have that now, right? And what I would like to do to add something for this guy is just mask grave and height to roughness, and then add a color ramp. And the black one, I'm gonna make it like like more brighter. That means just gonna make it like less glossy. So if I just turn this to the left, you could see something going on there, right? But that looks ugly. So that's why you can want to add the detail up and dimension down. You can start to have this going on. And then you could actually make it, if you put this into the base color, and maybe add mix RGB in between that. Then you can play or make this one darker and make this white color into maybe yellow. Yeah, something like that would be just fine. And then I could just Control T on this Musgrave and just set it to object. Maybe that looks pretty bad. Let's just scale it. Yeah, 0.3 like that. I guess that would be just fine. Okay, I would like to add subdivisions for this guy. I don't know if it's gonna make a really good difference or not, but let's see. So this is with subdivision. I just use Control 1, and if I just add Control 2, it's gonna make my subdivision straight to 2. And 1 I feel like is enough. Now let's see the difference without subdivision. Okay, I'm totally gonna add subdivisions to it. Let's go to render view, and then from here I just need to set some depth of field. So I could hold shift and right click on this guy's chest, maybe, or the face. Yeah, maybe the face would be just better, or maybe just the chest though, I don't know, maybe the face. Sorry, let's just add an empty there, and then from the empty click the camera and then set depth of field, and then set this one, set to the empty, and then you could see it's getting blurry. Like just take a look at the ground there, it's getting blurry there. The difference is, yeah, there you could see the difference there, right? And I feel like I want to add something more going on here. It's like still very quite simple for me. So what I would like to do for this one is I would like to make a mesh, maybe maybe just a cube here, and then I'm gonna add a particle system. Oh, but wait, I'm gonna use some smoke. So use image as planes. If you don't know about 2D smokes, you can just type on Google about smoke PNG, like something like this, and anything with black backgrounds you can actually turn it to transparent. And I'm going to show you here. So example, I'm going to get one of my smoke PNGs with black background, example this one, okay, and you could see it has black background, it's not transparent. And then all I have to do from here, just add mix RGB in between alpha and the normal, I mean alpha and alpha there, and then set the colors to color 2 and then FAC all the way up, and then you'll see it became completely transparent. And then if you feel like I want to make it like more visible, because this one's like so less visible, you just only need to add bright contrast, and you can play with the bright or the contrast, it's all up to you, and you could see there's something going on there. And I'm gonna make this one new collection smoke 1, because I feel like maybe later I'm gonna try to add another smoke, and I'm gonna disable that because we don't need that. We just need to play with the cube 2 here, and then just set it to 30, maybe just like not too much, and then the end make it -1. So the difference between if you have like 200, and I'm gonna set the material here like blend and alpha blend, and if I just play, you see that it's producing from frame 1 until frame 200. That's the thing. So I'm just gonna make it -1, so it's gonna produce every single thing at the beginning of the frame. The source is gonna make it random and use it volume instead, so it's the volume of the cube. And I'm gonna set the render from halo to collection, and this instance collection I'm gonna put the smoke one. And what I'm trying to do here, I'm just trying to add something going on like around this guy. Okay, so I'm gonna set the scale like pretty big because we couldn't even see what's going on there. And the rotation has the same rotation like, and we want to randomize that. I guess what I would like to do, I don't know about these things like velocity here, but usually I just set to global Z and then randomize this thing, and then randomize at the bottom as well. What is dynamic? I don't know what is that. And just play with it, like find anything like that. I don't even know what that is. Just play with it, okay? Just play with it. And here I feel like I want to turn that down because it's kind of like too bright, I guess. If I go to render mode, and let's see with this going on, and yeah, I feel like I'm gonna turn down that brightness, so it's just gonna be like less visible, you know, like that. I guess that would be just fine, right? Like not very bad. And I'm gonna disable that smoke one again, and then back to the cube 2, and then we can play with the seed. You can just move around and rotate the cube to find a good positions for that thing. And I could even actually add that I'm gonna hide again about this cube 2, cube 1, and just cube. And then I'm gonna add another image planes, which is gonna be another smoke. But this one is already have a transparent background, so all I have to do is just duplicate them a lot. And from here, all I'm gonna do is just duplicate this guy a lot, like Shift D and rotate, Shift D and rotate it, and Shift D, and then rotate it, and Shift D, and then scale it. Sorry. Maybe just like this out. And let's see what's happening. Yeah, it's something going on like that right now, right? And you could like just press RR and kind of like going on there, kind of like mess things up, but I don't know. You could do whatever you want with it. And this one, I'm gonna add a color RAM, because why? I'm gonna turn it down because it's kind of like very visible. I'm gonna make this one like, yep. And let's see with everything going on, can we see something? Nope, we couldn't see anything here. And set this one to the value to 3. Yep, the value to 3, and you could start to see what's going on there. And I feel like this is enough. If you want to play with it more, you can just go ahead. Maybe you can play with this cube and the particle system, like the scale of it. You could play with the scale, like you want to make it big, or you don't want to make it big. And then you can turn off overlay and just to have a look what the heck is going on right here. You kind of start to see, and I'm gonna put one here and close to the camera, so duplicate that and put it here maybe, and I would like to see, yeah. Yes, that's enough. I guess that's enough. This one, I think, yeah. This one, I'm gonna click the number here, so it's not gonna take the data from before's data, and I'm gonna paste turn this down, which is just, yeah, I guess that's enough. But you could still see what's going on there, right? And what you could do after here, probably you want to have some extra lighting at the back, so you could add some point light and put it behind there. So for example, it's actually there. Yeah, it's actually there. And then I've got to rendered mode. Maybe just put it there and set it to 1000 and make it like has some colors. I really like warm colors, like yellowish color. And I could duplicate this guy, the light, and then put it there and set this one to maybe bluish. Have a look. It's actually looking pretty nice, right? Alright, so I have these right now, right? And I'm just gonna do a quick post processing in Photoshop, just to let you know. Yeah, thank you guys for watching and see you next time.